All right, college algebra. I'm trying to help you with some of this My Math Lab homework. This is in 5-4. You got more logarithm stuff. We did these properties of logarithms. So I had some videos introducing these ideas, but now I'm trying to do some homework problems. So I think that helps you a little bit. I also advise you to try to do your online quiz and that other quiz I posted, a Smith quiz for you. Anyway, number 2. This says the natural log of y times z. And the directions say, write this as a sum. There was these properties of logarithms that said you could take a product and write it as a sum. So you write it as the natural log of y plus the natural log of z. That problem's over. Sorry. Here's number 3. This is weird looking stuff. What's weird is they got this weird log base m, and then they got r to the 5th. I think they got parentheses on that, but and their directions say write this as a product. And so we learned this property of logarithms. So this property was I could take a product and bust it into a sum. This property says when you have an exponent, you can take the exponent and write it down front and multiply it down front. So I'm going to rewrite this as 5 log base m of this r. And I'm done. That's using property 3 of logarithms. That was property 1, that was property 3. Here's one. Number 6 in your homework. This is, they make some complicated ones. This is log base 10. Is that what they wrote? Of, oh no they didn't. It's not, it's just log base b, just some generic b, of p cubed, q to the 5th, all over an m to the 5th, b squared. I might not have all these numbers right, but I found a problem like this in your homework. Yeah, this is good, and I think I did an example like this in one of my previous videos on 5-4. You can really bust this up. That's what I say, bust it up. They say write it as a sum or product or difference of logarithms. You know, maybe we should start with the idea that there's a numerator and a denominator. It's the log of this whole thing. And so that's property 2. So I did property 1, property 3. Here's property 2 where you can subtract. When you have division, you can make it the subtraction of the numerator minus the denominator. M to the 5th, b squared. M to the 5th, b squared. Okay. But now I have these little products. So I can take these products. I'm going to move over here where I got some room. I'm going to take these products and bust it into a sum. So that's the log base b of p cubed plus the log base b. I just write it as a little subscript. It's a pain, but I got to write it. Q to the 5th. And then I'm subtracting this, which I can write as a sum. Now, you know, I could write this as a sum, like I just did, but then there's a subtraction in front of it, which is going to distribute to all of it. So I'm going to have the negative log base b of m to the 5th, and the negative log of base b, b squared. I mean, it was a sum, but this negative sign distributed to both of them. Well, okay, what can I do now? Oh, I can take all these exponents and write them down front. Okay, 3 log base b of p. Oh, boy. Too many letters, too many letters. A 5 log base b of a q. I can bring this down front. Negative 5 log base b of an m. That's nice. I could bring this 2 down, log base b of a b. And I would say I'm finished, except for one little thing. Boy, I don't know, you never can know about that in my Math Lab homework, what they want you to do. I would say you're finished, but there is one more thing you can do here. We've been doing it all day. When you have the log base 10 of a 10, they cancel each other out. When you have the log base e, natural log of b, they cancel each other out. When you have the log base b of a b, that's just a 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if the final answer just has a 2 here. Right? It's this whole answer. You can't really simplify any of these. You don't know what these, but this letter b, this log base b of this b, that could be just a 2. So the answer might just be subtracted 2 there. Interesting. Log base b of b is a 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Here's another one I found. I'm going to move up top here and do one more for you here. This is, I'm doing 5-4 homework. I think the 5-5 homework's good. The 5-6 is a little tricky. I think you should be good at 5-5 homework. This says log, and it's x squared minus 4x minus 21 minus the log of x squared minus 9. All right, they want me to simplify this somehow. So, by the way, I guess the base is not written. When the base is not written, it's a base 10. That's okay. Maybe I don't even need the base probably with all these variables x in here. You know, I am not allowed to bust up these added or subtracted things, but this log subtract this log could be rewritten back together as one log, and this goes in the numerator, and that goes in the denominator, don't you think? I mean, isn't that property 2 of logarithms? We did it forwards. We took a division and busted it into subtraction. This is taking a subtraction and putting it back as a division. And then you could say you're done. You don't do any bad algebra. Don't do any bad canceling. But I do see, if I can do some factoring, I think I can do some canceling. You never cancel terms, but if you can factor, I think you can cancel. So I'm going to do a little factoring here. You know, that denominator is easy. You guys know that. It's an x minus 3 and an x plus 3, the difference of 2 squares. The numerator is probably like a 7 and a 3, 7 times 3. How about like an x minus 7 and an x plus 3? Does that work? X minus, that gives you negative. Yeah, that does work. Well, then guess what? You can cancel the factor x plus 3 with the other factor x plus 3. So this final answer is actually this. Log of x minus 7 over x minus 3. And we're finished. That's a pretty good one. That was number 9 in the homework, the 5-4 homework. This homework's good. Now, when you do my quiz, I don't mess with these properties too much. I need them for a couple things, but I don't have all these exercises on my quiz. But anyway, if you need help, send me a request. Thank you.